alcohol. This one might hurt. Tá?
I was laid down in the resting area in the clinic. I had some IVs in my arm. I didn't know what it was, and just said, "Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Camila, and today's video is about the second part of my infertility treatment in Korea. To start, I want to review some points the government subsidy for infertility treatment. The government will give us in advance the subsidy because we need to pay the medicines, we need to pay the treatment, a lot of tests. But this is very important. If during the procedure to take my eggs from my ovarium, if they are empty, I need to give back the money to government. And then try again to get subsidy. And they will give us subsidy again. So it's very important we have at least one egg. So now the point is which procedure? Try artificial fertilization or go direct to in vitro. According to my doctor, she suggested us to go direct to in vitro because every month I'm losing AMH. So okay, we decided to go to in vitro. Jun applied direct subsidy and we were accepted. So once we said to the doctor that we were doing the treatment for in vitro, she tried to find how many ovules I had. In the first exam, I had in my right side 6 ovules, in my left side 5. So if the treatment goes well, I will have 11 eggs. Consider that all ovule has 1 egg. Sometimes what can happen is when they search inside the one ovule, there is no egg. What is the problem with my perimenopause? My ovules, they grow up irregularly. They should grow up as a circle, but it's something weird. And they grow up in different sizes, and not all of them got mature at the same time. One got mature today, another later, and another in another day. And once they are crazy inside my ovarium, what she needs to do is stabilize them because she must have all eggs growing up as a circle and being mature at the same time. So it's a challenge. But anyways, we decided to try. We went to the injection area and there we got all injections we needed. And also we received this. This note, guys, is all in Korean. See? All in Korean. They have nothing in English. So here you can see there is a calendar, okay? I took the injection during 90 days and I took 4 types of injections. There were days that I had all injections at the clinic, at the morning and at night. And other days, who gave me the injection was Jun. If for Jun be able to give me the injection, he received this folder. Can you see? It's also in Korea. Because there is a specific area where he needs to apply the injection. He needs to keep changing the size to not hurt my skin because there's a high chance for getting bruised. Should put 30? 300.
Inch, 5 centimeters. Yeah, this is to improve the quality of your egg. My gosh. Alcohol. This one might hurt. Tá?
When you apply injection in one side, this part stays like hard. So if you apply again, it's more likely will feel pain. But this is a good thing, I don't know why. I didn't feel any injections, even the nail. Yeah, if you remember, I also made a video about my fallopian tubes exam, and it was a disaster because I felt a lot of pain that made me pass out. I'm so sensitive for pain. But I took a lot of injections on my belly and also in my butt. Yeah, butt. And I didn't feel none of them. And the last day we have the most painful injections, and I needed to take 3 injections on my belly. I saw other girls, even in Brazil, they suffer a lot with this injection, but I didn't feel anything. We took these 10 days injections, morning and night, plus I took a shot of vitamin D, and I changed all my meals. The guarantee that I have all nutrition to make my egg high quality. Otherwise, the embryo might not have good quality, and it will kind of make difficult for me to get pregnant. Apart from changing the food, the doctor asked me to take this supplement, coenzyme Q10. You must want to know if the treatment was going well, guys. According to the calendar of injections, at the 3rd day of treatment, I did another exam on my ovarium, ultrasound, and I don't know why, but my right ovarium disappeared. I had there 6 ovules and disappeared, guys. Disappeared. The doctor was in shock because last month the ovules were there, the right side. I only had 5, right? And in that time my ovules should be growing up the same time, the same size, stabilized, and they were crazy. I still have 6 days of treatment and only 5 ovules. The chance to have embryos decreased like 50%. We were expecting the maximum 11, and so far maximum 5. And at the last day in the calendar for the injections, we did again another test. I only had 2 mature eggs with correct sizes. She found a 3rd ovule and it was small. So anyway, she decided to try to take the eggs. We did, at least for the 2 eggs I was ovulating, so they were about to explode. And from these 2 ovules, I would have 2 potential eggs. Because the 3rd, it wasn't mature enough, so there's a high chance that I wouldn't have any egg inside. I remember to be sat in front of the injection room in the clinic, and I said to Jun that I didn't want to do anymore. My doctor said the high chance for me is in the 3rd time. It is my 1st time, so it's okay. She didn't have any hopes, but she wanna try because she needs to understand what was going on with my body. Anyways, I decided to do the procedure. The day to do the procedure to collect my eggs arrived. I remember to be laid down on the clinic bed. I was in the position there like this, in the position. There's no way to do this procedure without anesthetic, okay? It's intolerant pain, even for Koreans. I was crying in silence, just tears coming out, and the nurses were there. And guys, none of them spoke English or Portuguese, only Korean. I did all this treatment with Jun next to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Because it's not that it's a normal talk like you were talking with a friend or go to a cafe. This kind of talk I can do. But this is a medical. I don't have this vocabulary. Jun sometimes has a couple of difficulties. He also don't know exactly the terms. But for him, for sure, he understood like 90% of all talk. So I was there crying, and the nurse was talk to me to not cry, everything would be okay, and I would have anesthesia. Everybody knew me there because I was screaming during. Before to start all process, they need to do a test on my skin to know if I would have an allergic. Jun researched about this, and the Korean people said it's very painful. If Korean people felt pain, I was imagining, I will die now. But the doctor asked the anesthesia just to put me to sleep because I only had 2 eggs. Normally when you do this treatment, you have 20, 30 eggs. I will have only 2. When I was looking to the anesthetic guy, I saw my dad there. I told in other videos my dad is anesthetic in Brazil. A few years ago he had a stroke. Nowadays he can't talk, he uses a wheelchair, he has a care person. And my dad knew I was going to do this treatment because my family knew everything was going on with me. I remember I saw him there and I just slept. It was like a blink, you know. I woke up, I was laid down in the resting area in the clinic. I had some IVs in my arm. I didn't know what it was, I just knew what it was. 2 weeks later, it was the medicine to prevent the rejection of embryo. But that time, we couldn't know if I had any embryo or not. After 1 hour, 30 minutes taken because of the medicine, I met Jun, and Jun said, I had 3 eggs. According to the doctor, I had 2 matured ovules and 1 not mature, but in the end, I got 3 eggs to try. Well, maybe I'll have 1 embryo, right? The good thing is I don't need to give back the money to government. Now we need to wait the results of the egg fertilization to see how many embryos we can get, and if we get any embryos, how is the quality of them. So guys, I hope I have good news next video. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you next video with good news. If you have some advice, please put a comment below. I will read all of them. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.